considering moving to Washington, you'd want to stay till the end of the video. Hi, my name is Nan Nan. I'm a local realtor right here in Bothell, Washington. I serve Bothell and the greater Seattle areas. Over 15 years ago, my husband and I also moved to Washington, specifically the Seattle area. We were surprised by a few things. If you're thinking about relocating to Washington, I'd like to make your move smoother by sharing my own personal experiences. When I first got out of the airplane and out of SeaTac Airport, the first thing I noticed is how fresh the air is here. And that's because of all the evergreens in the state. Washington is known as the Evergreen State, and Seattle is known as the Emerald City. The air here is crisp and breathable. You're going to love it. Number two, this took me by surprise, especially because I relocated to Washington from an area with wide highways. The highways, as well as neighborhood roads, are much more slender than many other places in the United States. So when you make sharp turns, be very careful. Number three, you're going to love this. Washington has 0 state tax. However, sales tax is around 10%. If you're relocating to Washington from a place with low sales tax, initially you're going to feel a little surprised when making purchases both on and offline. Number four, get used to driving on hills. The geography here is quite unique. Even in Seattle, in the city, the surface goes up and down, and some of them are quite steep. So please be careful when you're driving. Everyone knows that Seattle, Washington is the birth of Starbucks. But did you know that there is a whole coffee culture in Seattle and the rest of Washington? We love coffee here. When I first came, I was not a coffee drinker. But because coffee is so rich and smooth here, and the culture is so strong, as in cafes and pastries and the local coffee, I grew to love this entire culture. I highly recommend that you explore some of the local coffee shops. I've left a few suggestions in the description of this video. When friends and family come to visit, I always take them on a ferry ride, usually across the Puget Sound. Washington operates the biggest ferry fleet in the country. Not surprising because the ride is so beautiful and it's a practical transportation system for people who work on the mainland but live on the islands nearby. And yes, you can both drive on the ferry or you can walk on. Washington's capital is not in Seattle, it's in Olympia. Most likely, you already know this, but because I made a mistake when I first moved here, I thought I'd mention that to you, just in case. Pike Place Market is a huge tourist attraction. If you're relocating to Washington, Pike Place Market is a must-do. But a lot of people don't know, the market is actually a lot bigger than what you see at the street level. When you enter the market, you're actually entering a multi-story building with tons of shopping and restaurants and even fortune tellers. It also has stairs that lead you to the beautiful waterfront. When I go to the market, I would spend the entire day there. The shopping's fun, the food's great, and the entertainment is unique. You're going to love it there. Most people know Washington as the home of Microsoft and Amazon. There is so much more tech presence in the area because of the wealth of the tech talent here. After all, in the 90s, Jeff Bezos moved to the area to start Amazon specifically because of the talents here. And we have Bill Gates to thank for that. Washington is also known as being the most educated state. That, of course, is just someone's opinion. But Washington does offer over 300 colleges and career institutions. Some of the highly rated and well-known schools include Washington State, University of Washington or UW, and Seattle University. If you're looking for continuing education, you have a lot of choices around the area. Now that I'm on a roll, I'm remembering so many other memories about moving to Washington that I'd love to share with you. We're running out of time, so let's connect on another video. Next up in the relocation series, 7 things I cannot stand about living in Bothell, Washington. Again, my name is Nan Nan. I'm a local realtor right here in Bothell, Washington. I serve Bothell and the greater Seattle areas. If you have real estate needs, you can contact me below. I've also posted my contact information in the description of this video. See you next time.